So, first things first, this game is an arena fighter, which means a 3D fighting game in a large area. Like in most fighting games, there's a health bar for each player, and whenever your opponent's is empty, you get a point, which are the little stars on the sides. In most matches, you'll need 2 to win, except in solo game modes where it's only 1, and you can go up to 5 in custom rules. There's also a timer, and whenever it hits 0, the player with the most health wins. It's not gonna happen on accident, you really have to purposefully avoid interaction to make it happen. The basic rules say the timer has to be set to 99, which is actually 2.5 minutes, being more than enough time to find a way to stop someone from camping. Alright, let's forget about the UI from now. Try to move with your left stick. Yeah, that's slow as fuck. So try dashing with LB. Yeah, that's better. Now we can add jumps with A to make it even cooler. There's also a double jump, and if you dash in the air, it goes towards your opponent. You can move now, but we're in a fighting game, so you better learn how to fight. Your moveset's composed of 3 attack buttons, B, X, and Y. By the way, I'm dropping it now, but you can block with RB, it only works on the ground, and its stamina is over there, and when it's empty, you can't move for a little while. Also, if you try to move while holding it, it'll do a weird little dodge called a sidestep. It's not intangible, but it's fast enough to avoid most things. It empties your shield dodge, so be careful and don't spam it too much. So back onto attacks. Attacks on X are called attacks, shortened as A. Attacks on Y are quirk attacks 1, so Q1. And for the same reason, Q2 for the B button. Then you add the prefixes J for aerial attacks, for jump, and T for attacks you do while tilting the left stick, for tilt. This last input's timing can be set in this menu before the match. I can't really tell you what any attacks do because it really differs from a character to another to a point where some of them don't even respect the rules I just told, but what I can do is tell you what they should do in most movesets. A and JA are pretty fast to come out, but they only trigger when they're close to someone. If they're too far, you're automatically gonna start to move towards your opponent, and if it still can't find anything to hit, it'll just whiff. It's pretty much a decently reliable close range hit for most of the cast, which is why it's most beginners' combo starter. It's also a combo in itself, like a jab, you can combo it into itself. Then TA and JTA are armored moves. They're slow, but they can tank a lot of moves. By tank, I mean you'd still take the damage, but not the head stun, so you wouldn't take a combo. The armor is represented by this yellow glow, and can be broken by another tilt attack, or anything that can go through block. I can't really generalize for quirk attacks, because they're too character dependent. I just have to warn you that some of them do things differently depending on how you input them, like holding or spamming the button. There are some attacks I didn't mention yet, like when you attack while shielding, it'll do an unblockable, also called red. It can go through block or armor, and can combo with A in most cases.
I'll take you down, do it! It's noise pollution!
If you do a TA at the same time your block gets hit, it'll do a guard break, which is an unblockable and intangible but low rewarding get off me move. It sends super far, but there's no combo potential nor damage output. The only risky thing about it is missing the input, as there are a lot of ways to misinput it. It drains one of these letters on the top too, so it's a very situational thing to do against people banging your shield. Oh, you wanna know about the letters, of course. Basically, if you press the dash button while hitting a move, you can cancel the end lag into an aerial dash. It's called a dash cancel or DC. So it allows you to hit in situations where you shouldn't be able to extend combos. Every DC consumes a letter, and they recharge when you land hits or get hit, especially when you get hit, making it somewhat of a combat mechanic. You can also do another type of attacks with them, and I'm sure you can't guess how they're named. They're basically ultimate attacks. By doing blocking quirk 1, it'll unleash a pretty strong attack that depletes 3 letters. Its utility varies from a character to another, some being so big most players don't have an answer to them, some doing a shit ton of damage to end combos with, and some can even extend combos. This was plus Ultra 1, but if you press Quirk 2 instead, it'll do a plus Ultra 2 for 6 letters. And if you press both Q1 and Q2, it'll do a plus Ultra All, which depletes your whole bar. We still call them PU3 because we can count. PU2s are cutscenes, and the only difference there is the connecting hit and the exact damage. Other than that, they're pretty boring gameplay-wise, although they look pretty cool if you're actually watching them instead of punching your desk out of justified anger. PU3s are everyone's most powerful attack. It deals a shit ton of damage. Like, look at this and tell me this game was playtested. But it's actually relatively fair, considering you really need to get beat up hard to reach 9 letters. You didn't see that, by the way. Also, did you notice these two guys in the animation? They're your sidekicks. You can use them in battle with the upper triggers when this bar is full. If you use them, it will make them spawn to your left or right, depending on which trigger you used, and do one of the character's attacks. The attack in question will depend on whether you summon them in the air or in the ground. Using them like this will deplete half the bar. The exact time this represents varies depending on the character you chose them to be. If you try to use them while getting hit, they'll do an intangible attack similar to a guard break to break your opponent's combo. However, the assist used will be stuck in a 60-second cooldown, no matter its usual cooldown. Considering how useful sidekicks are at finding hits and combo extensions, they're a pretty important resource. They can't land the finishing blow of a round, and if you press the trigger twice, it'll do your sidekick's PU1. Hey, it's me from the video you're watching. So let's do a little math. I started working on this video on July 28th, right there. And today is exactly 5 months later, and I have around 1 month till the video has to release. Now, how much of the script have we actually tackled? Yeah, that's a decent chunk. Okay, good. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, we're just okay, so this video was meant to be way more than what's actually gonna release. So we're gonna speed things up a lot going forward. I hate to do this because I've put a lot of research around this game's mechanics, but I guess I'll still try to tackle as many subjects as possible. Here we go. So at this point in the video, there was meant to be a pause so that you tried the game out before learning the rest, but I don't have the time to animate it, so just do it, trust me. The game's available on Steam, Switch, Xbox and PlayStation, and probably at a very cheap price. Right now it's at less than €5, so if you want to try it out, do it now. Alright, if you did play the game for the first time just now, you probably got surprised by the amount of character-specific mechanics that aren't really explained anywhere, so I'll just rapid fire them. The electric effect or the sound effects are just ways to stun people, to win neutral more consistently, or combo more efficiently. Electricity is unique to Kaminari, and sound is shared with Chiro, Prison Mike, and Orca. The difference is that sound gets affected by gravity, as electricity is not. Chisaki V2 can heal after his PU1. It's a not-so-good gradual heal that stops when he gets hit and can last for a maximum of 11 seconds. Chisaki V1 can deal a speed debuff that makes you dash slower. After his PU1, Ida gets a speed boost that's completely fucking crazy, like... holy shit. Endeavor and Todoroki's fire can deal gradual damage that can't kill. Dobby's fire is kinda the same, but he can also place traps that deal some sort of panic state that stuns you. Todoroki's ice can freeze you in place, but you can mash out using the jump and attack buttons. Some of Uraraka's attacks deal the zero gravity effects, which have very long hit stun. Roppa can charge his right arm, which can boost one of his attacks, but only once. Masura is kinda the same, except he doesn't need to hit you to charge. He has 2 charge levels that increase his damage output, but also gives him access to a very devastating attack that breaks in 1 hit and deals... holy shit, did I read that right? Stain's PU1 puts you on the ground, and yeah, it's just a lot of hit stun again. Aizawa can disable both of your quirk buttons. Tetsu times 4 can be invincible in some attacks. After using his PU1, this ability becomes passive, which means he's just straight up invincible. The shield bar indicates how much time he has left in this state. Any damage he takes goes to this bar instead of his health bar, and he also has a constant armor effect. Yororozu can charge a shield that makes her invincible in some attacks, automatically blocks when she's not moving, and sturdies her shield bar. She can charge a lot of things too. Mirio can become intangible, but he can't attack in that state and has to attack coming out of it. Except I just lied because any good Mirio can cancel this attack with an assist. I actually lied twice. There's an exploit that lets him attack in this state, which is obviously Tournament illegal. Midnight can deal a slight speed debuff with her scent, that can make you fall asleep. If she goes into her own scent, she gets a damage buff in combos, and all of her attacks deal the scent. After his P1, Gentle gets a buff. I have no clue what it actually does, but I think his circles are bigger or something. If Night Eye hits a counter, you will get a preview of whatever you inputted before it actually comes out. Base Deku gets a general buff after his P1. Most of his attacks are fast faster and deal more damage, but he also takes damage himself. He gets stunned at the end of this state. Kaminari can get a boosted state, in which his traps drop 3x3 instead of 1x1, his TQ2 has 2 dashes instead of 1, and his Q2 is way faster. Every time he uses these moves, this effect intensifies, although he will be in huge lag after some point. But be careful, because in this stun state, he can still use his assists, and cancel his lag with an Asui assist. Kirishima's Q1 gets him hard, which gives him passive armor, but makes his moves way slower. Shigaraki can deal lingering damage. Shinzo can create a zone in which if you press a button, you're paralyzed. The counterplay is to just not press buttons. If she hits you with needles, Soga can literally become you. In this state, she cannot use quirk moves, but she gets to use your assists while you can't use your own. She cannot use their break attacks, which is insanely good considering she can combo you from your own combo. Mineta's balls? Mineta's balls? Deal a speed debuff. After some amount, you'll be paralyzed. Ashido deals lingering damage. I don't know how it works. You still there? Cool, let's quickly talk about a mechanic nobody really talks about. The Getup system. In this game, they're not meant to be advantageous for any player, but if I'm telling you about it, it's because they still kinda are. Depending on which type of getup you're forced into, both players get an advantage. In break getups, caused by breaks, you get latent intangibility, and they get time to reposition. In recovery situations, you get to choose when and where you get sent, but almost no intangibility. In free getups, you can choose which recovery mode you use and its timing, making it, in my opinion, a good situation to be in. By the way, I just made all of these names up. Another confusing thing is the wall stuff. What's up with that? Some specific attacks with good spacing can get you stuck into a wall. This gives your opponent a free combo extension with any move they want, and begins a wall section, in which break getups and recoveries are switched. This section ends when you get too close to the ground, you stop moving, or you get forced into a recovery getup. Now let's address what most friends I showed the game to found to be the elephant in the room. Let's talk about combos. In all of recent fighting games, an advantage state includes at least some important form of mind game. Whenever I do a combo in Smash, I'll have to read or react to whatever my opponent does, being with tech chases or DI. In What's Justice 2, all they have is their assist breaks and a shit ton of hope. To make it quick, combos are just reciting your favorite input combination and adapting it if the terrain isn't cooperative, and getting hit by a combo is either using your sidekick as early as possible or mashing shield and holding a direction, hoping they mess up. By the way, plus ultra move disable assist for their duration, so using them as a combo finisher can help closing out rounds. I also wanted to mention some movement frame data, but I don't have enough time, so have a list of the different speed classes instead. The weird double jump thing from before is because cancelling an air dash with a jump doesn't consume your double jump. Double jumps, sidestep, and air dashes also refresh your ability to use aerial moves. Also, just guards stop your momentum entirely in the air, so it can be used as a movement mix-up. Oh my god, I didn't even mention just guards. Okay, so basically they're...
Right on! No, not yet!
Just guards are this game's parry mechanic. If you block just a little, it becomes super cracked. You don't take any shield damage, any shield pushback, and you get a lot of time to punish. Also, don't even try to just guard multi-hits you don't know, it's really just a gamble. By the way, there was meant to be a really cool scene in full 3D with cool special effects symbolizing the passing of the forbidden competitive knowledge. I'm just telling you this so that I'm not alone being sad that it didn't happen. But yeah, I'm gonna talk about the stuff I learned playing this game competitively for a few years. My overall view on the meta is to divide characters in 4 categories: good rushdown, good camper, both, and none of the above. And what makes some characters to be really above the rest is their ability to not take risks. My personal tier list looks like this, but keep in mind I've mostly played one character competitively and her matchup chart looks like this, and people still tell me that she doesn't even win these. I also really hate this guy. I see neutral as a phase in which both players try to take as little risk as possible for as much reward as possible, or a pretty obvious RPS situation with no in between. I'm not explaining what that is, by the way, it'd take me 10 minutes alone. I also think that each interaction's success can be explained by 3 informations, being the nature, timing, and positioning of the move used. Again, I'm not gonna elaborate. Shielding is a really good tool competitively, by the way, as most unblockables are reactable and punishable. The way combo games actually work is that every move has a meteor value, and if a combo's meteor value is too high, it breaks. Optimal combos often repeatedly use moves with a low meteor but good damage output as many times as possible, making the few moves that can loop into itself really good. Actually, let's talk about cool techs like that. An extension is to use an air dash, sidestep, or double jump to refresh the use of a move while airborne. They're limited to 2 per combo in most brackets, although there's no such restriction for loops that work from the ground because, I don't know, Bakugo wasn't good enough, I guess. You can dash cancel out of hitting basically anything apart from trades, so it can be used to make approaches safer by pairing it with a sidestep, just guard, or jump. You can also kind of use it to cheat against slow armored moves, and you can dash cancel projectiles even if they don't hit, in case they weren't safe enough already. When you're doing a combo next to the ground, you can dash cancel, then wait to land again, or just guard in some cases, and follow up with a grounded move, which can be useful for characters like Kendo that have a better combo game from the ground. Some characters have setups where they can force you into a recovery from a wall sequence, and then catch your recovery every time. This is called a gravity reset, as it resets your combos immediately. Alright, I think that's it. I probably forgot stuff, but that's all you need to know to play OJ2. Apart from maybe just a small detail I've disclosed, as you're watching this video, My Hero Justice 2 is either on its deathbed or already dead. Its sequel, My Hero All's Justice, has been announced for a while now, and it's coming out real soon. It looks amazing and I'm really excited about it. I really think a lot of the stuff they changed are a step in the right direction, and it sure as hell is gonna be a better game than One Justice 2. But I don't know, it still holds a special place in my heart. It's the game that made me discover competition, that distracted me in sad days, and I'm not sure if All's Justice is gonna keep that charm that emanates from, you know, how much it sucks. Like, it's really stupid, but I don't think any other game has ever made me laugh like the unpredictable bullshit every One Justice 2 game can be. My first intention while making this video was to help One Justice 2 to be remembered, so please, I'm asking you again, just do a little game from time to time, lap some stuff out, figure out whatever the hell is going on with Momo's psychic abilities. I still have no idea how that can even be a thing. Please, just say goodbye with me. Try to move your... Ah, c'est dur. Try to move your... What? Mais pourquoi? With your left stick. Try to move with your left stick. Try to move with your... Try to move with your left... You can try to move with... And try to move with your left stick. Oh, c'était... Eh, je garde, nique sa mère.